A price cap on Russian oil has finally been agreed upon.
Now, after denouncing the price cap that was imposed by the EU and the G7 on Russian oil, Moscow is now trying to cover up the losses that it may have to incur. Because of that, the Russia and OPEC Plus allies held a meeting to discuss the future course of action.
Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are talking about why G7 imposed a price cap on Russian oil. But before we continue our video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more. The G7 group and its allies have officially approved a cap on the price of Russian oil. In a joint statement, the G7 and Australia said the price cap would come into force on 5 December or very soon thereafter. It comes after the European Union agreed on the price cap after persuading Poland to back it. The plan, which stops countries paying more than $60, 57 euros, 48 pounds, a barrel, needed the agreement of all EU states. Poland announced its support on Friday after being reassured the cap would be kept at 5% lower than the market rate. A price cap was put forward by the G7 group of nations in September and aims to stop Moscow profiting from oil exports while avoiding a price spike. It had been reported that the EU wanted to set the cap at $65.70, but this was rejected by Poland, Lithuania, and Estonia as too high. Warsaw had wanted the value to be as low as possible and had held out while it examined an adjustment mechanism which would keep the cap below the market rate as the price of oil changed. On Friday, Russian Urals crude was trading at $64 a barrel. The decision to impose a price cap was taken to prevent Russia from profiting from its war of aggression against Ukraine. The joint statement read, it said the move aims to support stability in global energy markets and to minimize negative economic spillovers of Russia's war of aggression, especially on low and middle-income countries who have felt the impacts of Putin's war disproportionately. G7 agrees to impose price cap on Russian oil. The agreement of a price cap comes just days before an EU-wide ban on Russian crude oil imported by sea comes into force. Also on 5 December, the price cap, which is meant to affect oil exports worldwide, is meant to complement that. Countries that sign up to the G7-led policy will only be permitted to purchase oil and petroleum products transported via sea that are sold at or below the price cap. Ukraine's Western allies plan to deny insurance to tankers delivering Russian oil to countries that do not stick to the price cap. This will make it hard for Russia to sell oil above that price. G7 finance ministers said in September that their plan to limit the price of Russian crude would reduce Moscow's oil revenues and its ability to fund its war of aggression. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby welcomed the agreement of an EU price cap on Friday, saying it would slow Russian President Vladimir Putin's war machine. Russia denounced the scheme, saying it would not supply those countries which enforced a price cap. Before the war, in 2021, more than half of Russia's oil exports went to Europe. According to the International Energy Association, Germany was the largest importer, followed by the Netherlands and Poland. But since the war, EU countries have been desperately trying to decrease their dependency. The US has already banned Russian crude oil, while the UK plans to phase it out by the end of the year. Though the measures will most certainly be felt by Russia, the blow will be partially softened by its move to sell its oil to other markets such as India and China, who are currently the largest single buyers of Russian crude oil. The G7 price cap would in practice sit alongside the EU import ban, but allow EU states to transport oil to third countries only if the oil is sold at or below a yet-to-be-announced fixed price. Germany fears that Russia, on the basis of its recent actions, will carry out its threat not to supply any energy to countries imposing a cap. It also thinks other importers of Russian oil, such as India, China, and Turkey, are unlikely to agree to participate in the scheme, making it less effective. Speaking on Tuesday, Olaf Scholz, the German chancellor, said he favored a negotiated process involving countries such as South Korea as well as the EU and the G7 to get prices down to a reasonable level. According to Russia's central bank, exports of its crude oil accounted for EUR 113 bin, PS 99 bin, in revenues in 2021, on top of the EUR 70 bin, PS 62 bin, earned from refined products such as gasoline and diesel. Income from the oil industry was around EUR 102 bin, PS 90 bin, in the first 6 months of the war. The G7 estimates that about 95% of the global oil tanker fleet is covered by shipping insurers in G7 countries, namely Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK, and the US. The scheme's two chief problems are first ensuring the price is set at a level that entices Russia to continue trading with the G7, albeit at a lower price, and second, preventing Russia diverting its oil sales to non-G7 countries, notably India, Turkey, and China. Advocates of the scheme, chiefly the US, say it would still be worthwhile if countries like India continued to buy Russian oil, since it would have to be sold at a discounted price. The G7 scheme has been hindered by a linked and heated argument within the EU over whether to impose a gas price cap. Spain and Portugal have already introduced a price cap on gas used for electricity, with the state subsidizing the generators for lost income. That's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. For more videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.